Hey everyone, happy Throwback Thursday, and the rotation leads us to an Elves review, and this one's on the capture of Sophie Jones from 2017. So on the front of the box here, we had the Lego Elves logo and the different style border from the time with the Goblin King and Sophie Jones in a cage for that, obviously fitting to this year, and picture of the set in action with the net about to capture Sophie Jones, and then also in the far background, the Goblin King Fortress, upcoming Throwback Thursday review, and then a little choking hazard, and recommended ages is 7 to 12, set number 41182, 226 pieces. And now on the back side of the box, we have like little layout of all the features of the set with some of the features and also the logos again, and this little artwork strip of all the characters in action, and the story continues on the website, which is no longer valid, but yeah. And that is it with the box, and now on to the manual. And onto the front of the manual, of which same artwork as on the front of the box and everything. And then backside of which is ad for the Lego Life app that there was since the app was starting up, and then advertisement of some of the some other themes that there were at the time, and then advertisement of the free app game that there was, and also advertisement for some of the other sets so that there also were, and also with all the goblins at the bottom, which some's kind of like not mentioned yet since they were in the following wave, of course, and whereas the Goblin King Dragon, which upcoming Throwback Thursday, so subscribe and look forward to that. And then have this quite nice artwork piece strip with all the characters that there are, and also with the sets below as well. And then yet again, some more artwork, but also with all the names around, and the pieces that come with the set, of course, which is 2 pages, and the last building steps of it. So first of which included is the younger sister of Emily Jones, Sophie Jones, which obviously would be quite nice torso printing with the striped lavender tank top shirt underneath the dark blue overalls then, and also like Emily Jones, the Converse All-Star printing for the feet there, but obviously now in yellow instead of red. And then also holding a tile piece, which is resembling a smartphone then also the hair piece, or the face printing, which quite suitable for her, like with the freckles around, since obviously she a young kid to her. And then also have the hair piece, which same as Wild Style from the Lego movie, and also same as in some CMF as minifigs. Then backside, which is just the back torso printing that is the strap parts of her overalls. And also what's kind of odd for how that is that obviously, since in universe she is obviously supposed to be a lot younger than Emily Jones and the rest of the characters, so obviously should be like just about a head shorter than her. But since obviously there wasn't very many variety of pieces at the time, and probably just had to stick with this as well, so I guess that's about it with Sophie Jones. And next to which is the exclusive goblin to the set, being Barblin. B-A-R-B-L-I-N, Barblin. So kind of a fun name that is. And also once again, it's kind of exclusive to this set, where mainly for the orange coloring mixed with the spring green there, and all the printing's quite nice for how he is, and also I guess probably dual molded then. And if you're not sure how these goblin figs work, is that just the arms swivel up and down, but not at all any hand movement, and can't hold on anything by the only by the rod, not on the stud part, since it doesn't have a stud holder part of the hand. So these arms, which just about like the Angry Birds figs that there were. And then also holding it with this like trans green tile piece that has like some sort of magic scroll there, like with Emily Jones's portal necklace and the eye symbol there. And yeah, and that's about it with him. First off, for the builds is just this little cave-like entrance with the dish piece being holding this with a swirl-like print on it, obviously representing the portal that Sophie and Emily Jones kind of come through. Like on the first part of it, which is just on this wedge or this curved plate and one large plate there, which is all in green to be the grasses of it, and then also have this little basket, a couple, and this little flower piece, and also this flat stud, probably to be like an extra leaf or something, and then also have this extra little build that has a little sign to it, like amount of coins for certain things, for like an apple and acorn, and also a little squirrel on top of it. And on this one side of which is this little jar that, or I mean just a cylinder piece that's representing a jar holding a stag beetle in it. And then on top of which is, and also this little build that's consisting of a few jagged slopes around, and also this leaf piece, but in dark purple, with the cupcake piece in gold, probably to be like some additional fruit to it, and also like in some earlier sets is the like diamond pieces in trans pink, nice to see there. And then as for this top part of this, it have the extra large curved slopes around, and also these tooth-like brick plates on there to be like extra bossiness. And then also on the back side, which have a couple mixel joint pieces holding this dish piece there, and of course this dish piece also like in some earlier sets representing the portal that Emily and Sophie Jones kind of come through, but obviously you can like tilt it upwards and kind of reenacting Emily Jones and Emily and Sophie kind of coming through it, obviously. And that's about it with this little build. And then next up for the builds is this little cart like build, which is pretty much quite basic, but also quite basic technique-y bits to it, like have just a couple of these red bars, or I mean just red beams around it, and then with a couple of bits around being these little wheel parts, and a couple of plates above holding these like the curved slopes, but in the spring green color, nice to get in that color. And also do have the extra large wheel bits with the disc pieces on the sides, and also notice to have the basketball hoop piece in metallic gray. But and of course, as you can see, the feature of it pretty simple for how it is, and also had this technique with a flat stud with the goblin eye symbol on there, and also have a few studs, obviously mainly to stand barbling and onto it, and then also do have this, well, the ball joint there, so you can like raise it up yourself, and also, or obviously with that mechanism feature, you can like make it go up and down like so. And let's see, and of course all of which mainly to capture Sophie Johnson. Either you can do it like that or manually like that, and there, now she has been captured for that. So obviously that's a good fun working feature for that. And that's about it with this one build. And then lastly is this little hut-like build, which the building techniques just about similar to that of some earlier Elves sets, or like in most sets that there is, well, fitting to the Elves theming. But obviously this which one of the smaller ones that there is, but yeah. Like from the front part of which another large green curved plate there, and then also making this little stand for that. We'll have a few bricks and in the like darkish tan color there, and then also have this little stand that there is with with a few tile pieces with acorns on them, and also a minifig head that has to be a jar of something, and also a 1x1 brick in clear blue to be another jar of something, and also to have a similar squirrel piece like we sometimes see in like Friends and all, but in lavender, but now in lavender with some unique prints on it, more fitting to that of Elves. But yeah, and then above of which are these couple archway kind of pieces that, and then also with these, but also some cheese slopes to be sort of like a front awning kind of part to it, and on top of which, same exact kind of sloping technique, like we previously saw in some other Elves sets, and also castle window on there as well. And on one side of which is one of the like little horn pieces in dark brown, but being used as a tree trunk, and then also another one of the dark purple leaf piece in the same pieces as the portal cave build as well. And then other side of which has sort of a little smallish stand for that, with another one of those like tooth pieces, probably be like a little bit of moss or whatever, holding a flower piece on top, and have a kind of clever use of this piece with the telescope piece being part of a pole stand for that, and then also the large wedge, large curved slope in blue, which well, quite nice for that. And onto the back side of it, which has a like tile piece with a sticker on it. So there's quite a few stickers in this set, probably to be like a little rug there, and then also some of these what do they call, panel pieces holding these classic cherry pieces, but in lime green, probably to represent like greenish cherries, which is something in Elves. And then on the side, classic barrel piece with a red apple in it, and also a little clipboard mentioning a apple and acorn in there, and then also a trans yellow cylinder piece, also to be another jar thing. And then on top of which is just this a little bedside area, or a little bedroom then, which has a little torch on the side, and also this tile piece with the two squirrels that, well, the orange one that was included in one set 1 or 2 years prior to this, so at least nice to have a little mention in there. And also that this a little bed-like build with this tile piece that's being the bed sheets within the lavender acorn print on it, well fitting to this squirrel character there. And also there's very little lack of walls there. I'm not sure why, but whatever. Although it would have been nice if some extra bricks around could have finished it off, but whatever. And that's about it with this whole build of which, and now on to the verdict. And so now for my overall verdict, I think this is which a pretty good set for how it is. Like 3 additional builds, all of which for the $20 that it was in 2017. I say quite good, and also good cheap way to get Sophie Jones, even though she wasn't much exclusive to this set, since also came in the Goblin King Fortress set, but in that set just had a different expression. But yeah, and of course, and once again, this was good cheap way to get Sophie Jones, and also the portal part to it, which key part of the storyline. And also, so good, but also nice to include an exclusive goblin in there. Although it would have been nice if maybe another goblin could have been included. Well, one of the other ones of it, but at least the squirrel kind of counts. But yeah, but well, I think maybe another goblin could work out as well. But yeah. But whereas, and also for the 3 builds of which that was kind of interesting, and also and well, it's mainly the net capture or net capture one. I say probably the best of the set, but yeah. And of course, nice to have a little bit of some technic workings in which used in Elves. You know, that may have been used in a couple other sets like the years prior as well, like the Pegasus Sleigh and all. But of course, this was a nice way to have that as well. And once again, the $20 back in 2017, quite good as well. But yeah, and of course, this set also works out as a good parts pack, like with the leaf pieces in dark purple and the gem pieces and such, and also the large blue curved slope as well. But yeah, and now for if any of you still have this set from back in the day, well, I hope you had some good memories of it. And for those of you who haven't and are still looking to get this set, I'd say definitely pick it up. eBay, Bricklink, Bricari, Bricks and Minifigs, whatnot, whatever. And that's it with this video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.